Hi there. Today is Thursday, January 23rd. This is Wake Up with KERA News, and I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. While much of the South is dealing with snow, North Texas is sunny and clear this morning. We can expect highs in the low 50s today, but again, those temperatures will plummet overnight into the 20s. Coming up, we'll hear about the problems with how Texas enforces a law banning domestic abusers from possessing firearms. That's after today's news. Kimberly Beiser-Tolbert will become the next Dallas City manager. That's after the Dallas City Council voted to offer her the job during yesterday's meeting. The council voted 13-2 in her favor. District 12 council member KERA Mendelson was one of the officials who did not support the motion, along with District 14 council member Paul Ridley, citing concerns with what Tolbert contractually might be paid if she leaves. And Remembering Black Dallas is honoring Dallas's Black history this weekend. They're unveiling a new historical marker at White Rock Cemetery, where many of Dallas's prominent Black founders are laid to rest. Members say this marker is a big step in preserving a part of the city's history that's often overlooked. Federal and state law ban domestic abusers from having guns while they're under a protective order. But KERA's Caroline Love says those laws aren't always enforced in Texas, and that can have deadly consequences.
Mari Danielle says her ex-husband regularly threatened her with gun violence.
I'm going to blow my brains out. If you try to leave me, I'm just going to shoot you and kill myself.
Many survivors of domestic violence face similar threats, and firearms make those situations dangerous. The risk of homicide increases by as much as 500% if there's a gun present in a domestic violence situation, according to the Texas Council on Family Violence. The Supreme Court upheld the federal law that bans people under protective orders from having guns last year in a North Texas case. Several states have similar laws in place, including Texas and California. But California requires anyone under a protective order to prove to the court they've given up their firearms. Texas doesn't. There's no statewide system in place to collect and store those weapons while the protective order is in place. Molly Voiles from the Texas Council on Family Violence says the lack of enforcement of the firearms ban for protective orders can be frustrating for domestic violence survivors.
The survivor knows they're prohibited, but they don't truly have the weight off of them.
The Texas Council on Family Violence found at least 20 perpetrators who killed their intimate partner with a gun in 2023 were already legally prohibited from having firearms. And the organization says there are likely more that weren't in their data. California attorney and social worker Julia Weber says following up about firearm relinquishment makes a difference. The court is supposed to alert prosecutors when people don't comply. Violating the federal ban is a felony, and California has a lifetime firearm ownership ban for convicted felons.
What we believe in California is that as close to the time of prohibition as possible, we need to make sure that order is fully implemented.
A KERA analysis of data from the California Department of Justice found the state had 44 confirmed intimate partner homicides that involved a gun in 2023. The Texas Council on Family Violence reports Texas had more than 3 times that number of domestic violence victims killed with a gun by their partner that same year. Texas is known for being pro-gun. Permitless carry became legal for most handgun owners in 2021. But some state legislators have filed bills in the past to create a statewide system to collect and store firearms for people under protective orders. All those bills failed to move forward. California is known for having some of the strictest gun laws in the country. Danielle says the laws there protected her more than those in Texas. She says she lived in California while she was married to her abuser. But Danielle moved back to Texas to be closer to family.
My end goal is to leave Texas. I do not plan to stay here because I don't feel safe.
Leaving the state isn't an option for everyone. Voiles says Texas needs to make more of an effort to protect survivors of domestic violence.
There are survivors today. If we do not act, it could be a fatality tomorrow.
Weber says the state should take action. But she also says the federal government should step in if states like Texas won't fully enforce the federal law.
We've had that problem in other areas, in civil rights and other areas where the state is not enforcing federal law, and the federal government has stepped in.
The Texas legislative session has already started, and some state legislators have refiled bills to create a system to collect and store firearms for people under protective orders. But the bills could fail to move forward again, just like they did last year.
That was KERA's Caroline Love reporting. The Mavs lost a close one to the Timberwolves last night, ending with just a 1-point difference, 115 to 114. Dallas fought back to make it a close one after falling down by as much as 9 points late in the fourth quarter, but the T-Wolves never took their hand off the steering wheel, keeping hold of their lead and hitting their free throws to close it out. Next, the Mavericks will take on the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight at 7. The Denton Black Film Festival is in full swing, and tonight kicks off the second night of films and events. For more information and some other fun things to do, visit kera.org/calendar. Thanks for listening to Wake Up with KERA News. I'm your host, Andrew Garcia. The show is produced and edited by Shardae White and Bekah Morr. For some more news in your inbox, visit kera.org/wakeup. That's where you can subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter and get the good morning vibes from our colleague Catherine Hobbs. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at KERATX. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.